croeso, welcome to FC Cymru. Now we're here at the Cardiff City Stadium this evening for the launch of Our Wales for Her, a really important initiative to raise the profile of women's football in Wales.
So I don't know about you, but I'm really excited to find out a bit more about this event.
Absolutely, I really am, and I agree. But I'm also excited about the buffet that I can see over there. Now Lawrence is first in the queue, so I'm going to go join him there. Let's find out a bit more.
Tonight we're launching our Wales for Her strategy for the women and girls objectives and plan for Welsh football in the girls' game. As a young girl, I think just not knowing about the opportunities in football and just seeing here tonight how many young girls we have in the audience and seeing how many jobs are available to them. Of course, women in football and women's football are very different things, and I think seeing how much backing the FAW are putting towards women in football as well as our separate women and girls game and the main allies that support that is so important.
Of course, challenging perceptions and raising the visibility of women's football is key, isn't it? How have you seen things change in your time at the FAW?
Yeah, I've only been here 2 years and I've seen so much change already in terms of the attendances that we're expecting tonight, and I feel completely privileged to be able to work with so many awesome people that are in the FAW and are part of the national team. You know, I've come from a huge association over the border in England where the resources are probably 10 times what we have here, but actually the power of us being a small nation and what we can achieve with a small team is completely incredible.
There's an aim now to get 20,000 girls and women playing football in the next 5 years. How do you go about doing that? What are the key things?
I know it's nice and easy to say, hey, here's the big target, but actually an awful lot of work has to underpin that strategy to get to that number. Because when you're looking at 20,000 girls, that's doubling what we currently have, right? So we need to provide double the opportunities, we need double the workforce, we need double the facilities. So there's an awful lot of work to be done.
I'm assuming more coaches will need to be trained as well. That's another opportunity for girls and women to get involved, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, referees as well is another one, volunteers. I mean, in the FAW, we need more women involved in football across the board, as you said. We launched our strategy, Our Wales for Welsh football, a few weeks ago. And we called out women's football right at the front of that. And to do that, we need facilities. So our aim is to work with the Welsh Government and Sport Wales in particular to get more pitches. And when I say pitches is one thing, but we need female-friendly facilities as well. So if you get a young girl come down to a pitch and there's a big concrete jungle and the language and the culture of the place is not conducive to young girls, then that's going to scare some people away. So we have to be really embracing, welcoming, bringing people in, not just as players, but as you say, as coaches, as referees, as volunteers, change our language, change the mood of football so it's very much gender balanced.
How important is it that you look at, the girls coming through now, that they could see what you're all doing and see that it could be a full-time job to work within football?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's important for us to highlight some of those role models off the field as well. I look at our national team. We've got a female doctor, we've got a female video producer, a female photographer. The list goes on. And so these are females that are in those roles that have been heavily dominated by men in the past. So it's how do we really elevate those women in the jobs they have.
Perfect, thank you very much. And I think that's an ideal time to turn to Mika Moore, who's been to Aberystwyth to find out about the pathways they've got in place for men and women to get into the senior squads.
Gavin, you've had great success as a club over the years and the team are currently playing in the Cymru Premier. How do you think you've achieved this success?
Well, I think one of the biggest key things we say is our pathway. We really look at our young children coming through. So there's a lot of emphasis in basically to develop on our own community programs, basically to make sure, as I'm sure that you're aware, Aberystwyth is in the middle of nowhere. And to entice, especially at tier 1 level, it is quite difficult sometimes to entice good players to come to the area. So literally we've got to develop our own, and that's what the key of our pathway at this moment in time, to try and get in girls and boys to try and play for our first team.
You must have a fantastic mindset and ethos as a club, so talk me through that.
Well, we've got a syllabus of curriculum of what we try to achieve from different ages between our pre-academy to 8 to 11s. There's a set format to it, all about the new skill acquisition that's coming out with the FAW as we speak, and literally we try and create the ABBA way, as you would say, to play football. It is literally I've been at the club now for 2 years, basically as a full-time employee, to hopefully create opportunities for our kids basically to come and play for our first team, hopefully.
A brilliant session here this evening and great to see so many kids. How important is ABBA FC for all these children?
I think Aberystwyth Town Football Club's massively important for all these children. I think about when I was young growing up here and how much I used to idolise players that used to play for Aberystwyth Town, and it's completely different now because obviously we've got this wonderful 3G surface, so with everything that we do in the community now, getting children involved, whether they're first timers or academy players, it's massively important. Obviously with everything that's happened over the last year, just to get children out playing, engaging with their friends, playing football, it's massively important for them, and we get a lot of people telling us that their children love it and they're engaged, and it's brilliant. I think it's massively important.
And as a coach, how good is it to see them progress through those pathways and see that the work that you've done is helping them along that way?
It's a brilliant feeling. I think when you get a child here that's playing and they join the academy, you think that's fantastic that we found them or we've helped them along that journey. Obviously to see children, even just in the space of a year since I've been doing it, develop their skills, develop friendships, develop everything that they get from coming here, it's fantastic to see.
I'm now joined by two very talented players, under 16s players within the FAW Academy. What is your experiences so far being in the Academy?
So I think it's very fun and very good because you get to meet new people, and since we had that last camp, we've gelled a lot more and become more of a family than just friends, because we just gel a lot more and we get on with each other a lot more.
That's so lovely to hear. And what inspired you then to start football and to get involved?
My family and friends did it. My sister used to play football as well, and when I used to go watch the matches, I used to be like, oh, I really want to do this, it looks really fun, and it just inspired me to just try it, and then I ended up loving it.
Oh, wonderful. And Alina, of course, you do a bit of acting now, and you do see some players now having two jobs, playing football and working alongside it. What do you see yourself in the future doing? Do you see yourself doing just football or doing the acting as well?
I want to become more of a footballer than an actor when I'm older, because football has always been my path. But I would like to do the acting bit as well, but then I also want to become like an Alex Scott, like a presenter.
And Shamira, then, what are your ambitions then and in the future, and how can the FAW help you in the future?
Currently the FAW are doing really well because they've got a very good facility and where we train. I think there's not much they could actually do to make it better. I think I'm really enjoying it right now, and I love making new friends with Elena and all. I didn't know her before football, and I've met her before just because we play football. And I think that's about it. It's really good and very enjoyable.
But of course this evening, a massive game for Cymru, a record-breaking game with the attendance. Does that motivate you then for the future as a professional footballer?
Yeah, 100%, because this has been a record-breaking, like you said, 5,000 plus tickets have been sold. And obviously, hopefully, me and some other girls like Sharima would love to be on that pitch with everyone watching when I'm older, so yeah.
Well, thank you so much, girls. I'm pretty sure we'll see you out there in a few years' time. But first, let's head over to see Sarah McCready making her FC Cymru presenting debut about her club Titus Taff, an all-inclusive club in Cardiff, and let's see all about it.
What's up, baby? My name is Sarah McCready. I'm a poet, and I play for the coolest, the cutest, the team with the best kit, the undefeated Titus Taff. Let's meet the team. I'm here with Nun, who's pretty cool. She's pretty tall, and she's here. She's actually one of the people that started Titus Taff, right? So where did the idea come from?
Yeah, so I always wanted to play football. I played a little when I was little, but not for a team. So I saw a post on Facebook by Beth Ann, who had an idea for like women to come and play football in Cardiff. She was asking who was interested, so I messaged her, and together we arranged the first training, which I think maybe 15 people turned up to, which was great. We weren't really expecting that higher number. Yeah, so from then we've kind of grown into a full team. I think definitely in Cardiff we're the only Welsh-speaking women's team. And we've also started having the Titws Bitws, so Cymru Crocs have a girls team now, which is great. So we've got, I think, around over 40 under 9s and 8 playing, so that's really great seeing more girls starting to play football.
I'm here with our captain here at Titws Taff, married, aka Maradona, who has got that nickname because she's class at football. What a baller. All right, married. So you gave up football in your teens, which is a lot of women do that. Why do you think that is?
Ie, dwi'n meddwl, mae'n gwestiwn difyr. Nes I ddechrau chwarae pêl-droed pan o'n i'n tua 5 oed, a nes I, dwi'n meddwl, tua canol yn 90au. Dwi'n meddwl, o nifer yn ffrindiau fi, nifer y genod o'n chwarae, jyst yn mynd yn llai. A dwi eisiau cofio meddwl, some pwynt i mwy, neu jyst chwarae hoci yn lle. Ond mae'n ddiddorol sbio nôl ar y peth rwan, nes I rioed stopio chwarae pêl-droed achos bod fi ddim yn mwynhau. A dwi'n meddwl bod hynna'n reit trist.
Can you explain the motto for everyone at home? Because I think it's really beautiful.
Yeah, so on our shirt here we do have Pŵer I bob menyw, which translates to power to every woman. And that basically means, that there is welcome to everyone who wants to be a part of the club, everyone who wants to try out the game, possibly for the first time. There is welcome to you at any point. And, power to every woman, obviously, it's sort of a stamp on patriarchy a bit, that it's not the men's game, it's, it's everyone's game.
Got one more question. We've never lost a game. We're really good. Why is that?
I think because we keep it fun and light-hearted. I mean, obviously when it comes to games we are competitive, but we do like to keep it social and kind of casual with a competitive stamp. But as long as we keep it open and flowing, then there's no stopping us.
I think it's just a really great atmosphere. Everyone's so welcoming and friendly. It's really good exercise. It's really fun. It's nice and competitive as well, because I'm quite competitive, so that aspect of it is quite fun. I think it's just getting the chance to play football with loads of amazing women is the best thing in the world.
100%. And we've the best kit in the world.
Exactly.
To be at home and have a crowd like that, it just makes us stronger. It makes us prouder, and we know why we do what we do. And it was so nice to be back at home tonight.
From Caerphilly Dragons, who had the time of their lives this evening watching Cymru, haven't you girls? Have you had an amazing time?
Yeah!
So what has made you come down here and support the girls today?
Because I love Wales.
Brilliant. And of course you all play football. Do you hope to be out there one day?
Yes!
Well, thank you so much girls for coming out and showing your support. It's been amazing, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing to see so many girls enthusiastic about watching the women's game. Another dominant performance on the pitch. It's Greece up next. We'll see you soon.